Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing a new Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 4 theory that could very well be confirmed now following some recent news, and funny enough, a recent collaboration between Ninjago and Roblox. I'm not kidding, that might have just confirmed a pretty major fan theory. With that being said, though everyone, this video will indeed contain spoilers for Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 3 Part 2. This will be one of the last videos with the spoiler warning, just letting you guys know. Now, the fan theory in question is the idea that in between Dragons Rising Season 3 and Dragons Rising Season 4, we could see a massive time skip, or at least a pretty substantial one. We've talked about that idea before in past videos, but now some Ninjago fans, myself included, are more inclined to believe that a time skip might actually be happening thanks to Ryu. Now again, this news comes courtesy of a Ninjago and Roblox collaboration where Ryu looks like this, very much being, well, aged up. At least from his teenage form that we saw in Season 2 and Season 3 of Dragons Rising. And while this is not yet confirmed, myself and many other Ninjago fans are assuming that this Ryu design will be what Ryu will look like in Season 4, meaning that Ryu will grow up quite a bit from when we saw him last in Season 3, meaning again some kind of time skip. We saw something similar back in between Dragons Rising Season 1 and Season 2, where Ryu went from baby form to teenage form. This looks like his adult form, meaning that in between Season 3 and Season 4, Ryu could go from teenage to adult. But again, that would mean a pretty substantial time skip. The time skip in between Season 1 and Season 2 has been said to have been about a year, so maybe we could see another year pass in between Season 3 and Season 4, meaning that Ryu would have a year to grow from his teenage form into his adult form, or at least an older form than what he used to be. But if Ryu is going to be growing up between Season 3 and Season 4, well, that would mean the ninja themselves will be stranded for a very long time. Following the end of Season 3 Part 2, the ninja are stranded across the merged lands in various locations and various teams, all while Lord Ras himself has captured Master Wu and is currently sitting in the City of Temples, probably with the intention of taking over the entire city. With that in mind, Season 4 could literally open anywhere from a year to several years, more on that here in a second, after the events of Season 3 Part 2. The ninja will have been stranded individually for up to several years, and Lord Ras would definitely be able to take over the entire City of Temples. Again, getting one step closer to his master's ultimate goal. Now, the reason why I think the time skip could pick up several years after the events of Season 3 Part 2 in Season 4 is because of what happened at the beginning of Dragons Rising, where it literally took the ninja years, plural, to find each other after the merge. I've estimated that maybe Dragons Rising Season 1 could have picked up 5 years after the merge, just kind of given everything that we know so far and tracking how Arin and Sora have aged. And again, the ninja were able to find each other without the use of portal gates, but it took so long. Again, in my opinion, around 5 years. So again, we could be looking at another 5-year time skip here. However, I'm not so sure if it'll be that long because again, the merged lands, while still being a big place, the ninja have explored it a lot, and they've made allies in a lot of other locations too. They have a lot of resources now, much more resources than they had during the start of the merge, but still it'll probably take a while for the entire team to reunite and team up again against Lord Ras, which is why, again, looking at Ryu's design change, we could be looking at maybe a year time skip in between Season 3 and Season 4. I think one of the most important elements, though, of a massive time skip like this is what exactly the time skip would mean for each of the individual characters. Like the groups that we saw at the end of Season 3 Part 2, they will probably be together like this for a very, very long time. In the case of some characters, I think it would mean a lot more, but I'm sure every character will be affected individually somehow by this time skip. We could totally see characters like Jay and Nia grow even closer with each other now following the events of Season 3 Part 2 going into Season 4, because again, they did have some kind of connection in Season 3 Part 2. Maybe that relationship would blossom even further during this time skip. I'm not sure if Jay would completely get his memories back per se, because I feel like that's something that we would need to see play out in the show itself, but again, maybe maybe during the time skip the two of them get closer once again. Same thing can be said for some of the other teams as well, like Lloyd and Arin, for example, would have a long time to develop and rebuild their relationship too, rekindling that master and student dynamic that we saw from the earlier Dragons Rising seasons. But following everything that's happened between the two and everything that Arin has gone through, they would need some time to again rebuild and redevelop their dynamic. We also have other ninja out there too that could totally assist in finding the rest of the team. For example, Cole was last seen at the monastery, and while the portal gates do not work, I could totally see Cole arranging some kind of massive search party across the merged lands using all of the respective allies that we talked about earlier. People like Geo, Mr. Frohickey, the Finders, and even other characters that we've seen so far. Cole could be the one searching for the individual teams. We also could have Zane and Pixel using the small communication dragons that Roby gave them to actually find the ninja and guide them to where they need to go. And obviously with Ryu, he would grow up quite a bit. He'd probably train more in his Spinjitzu, get more skilled as a ninja, ultimately adapting to, again, his new body and his more mature form. I will say though, speaking of the Ryu design, there is always a chance that the Ryu design could just be something made specifically for this game, like we talked about in previous videos, but I'm not sure if Ryu would ultimately get an entire new design just to be used in a game like this, especially when we know that we are getting a new Ryu set at some point next year, probably for Dragons Rising Season 4. I think it's also worth mentioning too that there could be no time skip and maybe Ryu just has some kind of spontaneous growth spurt. That could totally happen too, obviously. We've seen crazier things happen from Dragons Rising and I guess Ninjago in general, but the last time we saw Ryu grow, it was because a lot of time has passed. So I feel like this time it could be totally the same thing, again leading to a pretty massive time skip in between Season 3 and Season 4. But overall, a lot of Ninjago fans, again myself included, are assuming that we will see some kind of massive time skip in between Season 3 and Season 4, just given the new Ryu design. What exactly do you guys think though? Leave all of your thoughts down below in the comments. What exactly do you think about this theory, and do you think it's even more likely now thanks to the new Ryu design? Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys enjoyed this one, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.